All right, here we go. Carmel girls cross country coach Mark Ellington. Coach, 7 straight. Give us a little bit of feedback, man, on how today went for the girls and you.
I'd say despite what everyone outside of our team was saying, I'd say mission accomplished. Our goal was to win a state record 7th consecutive championship, and girls came ready to race, and they made the best of it. State meet's kind of interesting because you could have a great plan, but something's going to go wrong, and the question is how are you going to handle it when it goes wrong. And we had some tough races today, and they handled it the way they needed to. They did the best they could and got in. I couldn't be happier.
Absolutely. We can certainly appreciate that, and we know that was the first and foremost goal. Coming into today, the girls moved up. We know this course is a little bit different than a normal course, right? In terms of there's always factors. It's a wide open course. You have to stay engaged to this course through 5K. It's easy to fall asleep in the middle portions of the course, especially.
Agreed.
And then you throw on some heavy wind and paired with 70-some degrees, which some may, well, that's perfect. No, that's not perfect when your body's getting adjusted to lower temperatures. So coming in, you guys moved up well throughout the race. I got to do the webcast, so I mean, was that a focus for you guys, kind of strategically get into position, but really work the middle to end portion of the race?
Yeah, I actually said, I think we said patience more than 2 or 3 times in the huddle today. Just be patient, let the race come to you. Our goal was to pretty much get through 2K in a good position and then race the rest of the way in to see what you could do. And I think we got that for most everybody. A couple races that it just wasn't there. Well, guess what? That's what happens. You try what you can. It's not going to always unfold the way you want it.
And I think it's important for people. I love your mindset of, yeah, we have talks, but it's not going to go as planned. And individually, I think it's a little bit unique with the team because you guys do have 5 all-state caliber runners, and then you got Sarah, who is up for a state title, and her race plan may have been a little bit different than the rest of the girls, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So is that a factor coming in?
I can't point to it specifically, but yeah, I mean, I think that Sarah had high individual goals, and there was lots of talk about the race between she and Tyler, and Tyler ran a great race today, and I think Sarah was running a great race. I think it just zapped her. Alex Buck was running a great race last year too with a K to go, and what are you going to do? She stayed on her feet as long as she could and got in, and I think Sarah did the best, and I'm really happy that things could have been much worse. We could have fallen much further back, and as it came together, we were okay.
And talk to me a little bit about the girls up front. Christina, is it safe to say, some people think this question's crazy, she rebounds, quote unquote, after she goes sub 1750 last week, but she's 5th at the semi-state to today, what, 4th overall?
Yeah, we as fans, sometimes we overreact to what we see and read. I can be guilty of that as well, and so we look at every race, and they came ready to go, and she was maybe a little better hydrated this week, and I think she had a little bit different race plan and was a little bit more patient, as we talked about in the front of the race, and for her, it came to her. It was there. Maddie has had a month now of great races, and really she's found what works for her and kind of hung around it where she needed to, and then was able to move up and make a move. And I think Phoebe saw her make a move, and Phoebe did a great race as well. Rachel wanted to, but kind of like Sarah, it was hard. It just wasn't there to have. But again, stayed on her feet, finished, and all kinds of things could have gone wrong, and really we weren't that bad off. I mean,
not at all.
You can point to it. It's still a pretty dang good day.
You guys 44 points.
Yeah,
at the state meet's fantastic. You set a state record. And again, I think people underestimate how tough it is. There's so many variables at the state meet.
Yeah,
that so many things have to fall in line.
Things out of your control.
Yes.
And it's hard to know that. We think we have all this stuff. We do it on paper. We run mock meets, and in the end, how can you do it? That's why we run the race, isn't it?
So absolutely. So congrats there. Changing gears now for some coaches. We talked to the girls about now we regroup for Nike, and so we talked to the athletes, because some schools in Indiana, right, they don't know what that looks like. That's just not on their plans, but they may wonder, what is that like for the coaches? Can you do the same thing to educate some of the other coaches? How is it coming down for this meet, focusing, regrouping, and then having to just regroup the team mentally for Nike?
I would say coming into this week, we lightened up a little this week. I think you could probably tell if you looked at our training, we were a little lighter this week, just to make sure we were ready to go on today, and that worked out fine. We'll get back. We're going to adjust because that race is on a Sunday. We're going to adjust our schedule by a day. We're going to shift things by about a day over the next 2 weeks, and we're gonna pretty much get back on. Like we're not gonna keep tapering for 2 weeks. We're gonna go back to training again for 2 weeks. We might, a couple days out, taper a little bit just to make sure we're not completely tired when we go to the race. But yeah, our plan is to get back to the race, and we got to compete for a spot. We were really fortunate last year that Nike saw in us an opportunity to go, and we finished 4th. This group does not want to come back and finish 4th and hope that they see it in good graces. We need to come in here and get one of the auto bids, and I think that today, as a team, we're going to refocus and understand that anything can happen on day, and we're going to do everything we can to prepare to be the best we can on that day.
Perfect.
Today's a good day to figure that out.
It was. Coach, fantastic job. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you and the team, and we'll see you guys at Nike. I think we'll probably be making our way out here to support you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.